So, hello students. Today we see some uh, different formulas to calculate the pH of different solutions, which are useful for the further problems. Okay, first we see the general formula for pH. What is the pH? In terms of H plus calculation, we know that pH is the negative logarithm of H plus activity. So H plus activity nothing but equal to it's the concentration. Okay, so if you want to calculate the pH of acidic solution or basic solution or any solution, we have to take the normality of that compound. We have to take the H plus concentration in terms of normality, then only we will get the correct pH. And we know the other formula for pH, sometimes it is also given as log of 1 by H plus concentration. So and we know that for weak acids, we have the formula that pH is equal to half into P power K minus log C. Here C is again the concentration of H plus. That's in the same way. So just like pH, there is also presence of POH. POH is equal, we can say, the minus log of OH minus log OH minus concentration. And there is a relation between the pH and POH. There is a pH and pH of a POH of a solution. The sum of pH and POH of a particular solution. For any solution, if its pH is added with POH minus, it is always equal to 14. Okay, this is a very important formula in the calculation of pH of bases mainly. Okay, so how it is useful we see now. If acids are given, we can take the directly H plus concentration and we substitute in the minus log H plus. If it is given the concentration of bases, if the time comes to calculate the pH of bases and they given the concentration of base, so it is nothing but they given the OH minus concentration. Means if bases are given, if base concentration is given, first you have to find a POH with the help of minus log OH minus. Then calculate its pH with the help of pH plus POH is equal 14. Means so acids is direct ga H plus ఇచ్చినట్టు ఇండైరెక్ట్ మనకి. సో యాసిడ్స్ ఇస్తే నథింగ్ బట్ H ప్లస్ ఇచ్చినట్టే కాబట్టి దాన్ని బేస్ చేసుకొని మనం pHలో మైనస్ లాగ్ H ప్లస్తో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తాం. అయితే బేసెస్కి pH ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాల్సి వచ్చినప్పుడు the bases given means they given the information of OH minus concentration. ఆ OH minus concentration యూజ్ చేసుకొని మనం POH ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. POH ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసిన తర్వాత 14 మైనస్ చేసి విల్ గెట్ ద pH ఆఫ్ దట్ బేస్. Next again, for weak bases we have a formula. For weak bases there is also consideration of base dissociation constant. So POH is equal to 1 by 2 pKb, base dissociation constant minus log. So here see the concentration of OH minus. Okay, next we also have other formulas, that is pKa is equal to minus log Ka. Means this pH is also applied to the acid dissociation constant and base dissociation constant. pKb is equal to minus log Kb. There is also P power ionic product of water, so there is also minus log Kw. So we know the Kw value for water at 25 degrees Celsius, that is 1.0 into 10 power minus 14 moles square per liter square. But we know that it depends on temperature. It depends on temperature. Uh, Means as temperature increases, its ionization increases, Kw value also increases. Next, here one more relation we can write P power Ka plus P power Kb is also equal to pKw at any temperature. So at 25 degrees Celsius, we know that pKa plus pKw is equal to 14. Okay. For any temperature, pKa plus pKb is equal to pKw. Generally, we are using for at 25 degrees Celsius, that is also equal to 14. Okay. Next important diluting. If acid is diluted, if base is diluted. We know that on dilution, and if acid is diluted, its pH value will changes. For example, if an acid is having pH is equal to 0, pH equals 0 means nothing but it is an acid. If pH equals 0 means there is a strong acid. Acidic strength inversely proportional to the pH value. pH value ఎంత less ఉంటే అది అంత strong, అంత strength ఉన్న acid. Okay, for example, pH is 0 for an acid. If it is added by some amount of water, automatically it will be diluted. Diluted with the help of water means automatically its strength ఏమవుతుంది, decrease అవుతుంది. Strength decrease అన్నప్పుడు what is its pH value? pH value increases. pH value 0 నుంచి ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది, 0.5, 1, 2 అట్లా ఇంక్రీజ్ అవ్వచ్చు. pH value ఇంక్రీజ్ ఏంటంటే సో ఇట్స్ acidic strength decreasing. Okay, so means how to calculate the pH value of a solution having a particular pH if it is diluted. Okay, there is two methods are there to calculate the pH pH of acids. pH of acids on dilution. Okay, so here the dilution also there is a again two types of dilutions are there. So one type of questions lenante its value is diluted by 100 times, its value is it is diluted by 1000 times, and మొత్తం 10 powers ఇస్తాడు. 10 times diluted, 100 times diluted, 1000 times diluted, మొత్తం 10 power 1, 10 power 2, 10 power 3, 10 power x times అనుకుంటాం. సో అట్లా ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మనకి వాట్ ఇస్ ద ఫార్ములా అంటే if acid is diluted by 10 power x times, so x equal here 1, 2, 3 etc. Okay, 10 power x times diluted. Then directly we can write the pH value is pH of an acid is equal its initial pH, its initial pH plus directly we can write the x. Okay, so we have to use the direct this formula. For example, if initial pH is 1 and is diluted by 100 times, then what will be its final pH? So its pH means it is a final pH, means after dilution we are taking it as a final pH, means the final pH equal initial pH plus x. What is x? This is the 10th power. So now for this problem I am taking this example. If an acidic solution having pH is equal to 1 and is diluted by 100 times, so what is the final pH? The final pH equal, what is initial pH? 1 plus how many times it is diluted? 100 times. 100 times means 10 power 2 times its pH will be 3. So for all problems it will be 100% correct. There is no deviations are there, there is no exceptions are there. But the thing is if you get on dilution, for example, if pH of a solution is 5 and it is diluted by, take it as 1000 times. If it is diluted by 1000 times means 10 power 3 times. So what is the final pH? So final pH means we know the formula for acids. Final pH equal 5 means that indicates it is an acid. For acids formula, final pH equal initial plus x. Initial pH was 5 plus x. So how many times? 10 power 3 times, it becomes 8. But 8 it indicates total about the basic solution. Already in the starting introduction we said that and we know that even on infinity dilution, there is no change in the total character. So infinity dilution acid ni weak acid, very weak strength aidi gani, so adi neutral base kaadu. So even in the calculations lo manaki 8 value vachina, we have to take it as, we have to consider it is taken as 6.99. okay, because that is the least, that is the maximum value for acids. Okay, next so this is one type. If acid is diluted by 10 power x times, so it is not like that all times the dilution is given 10 power x times. Sometimes it is given, it is added by 500 milliliter, added by 200 milliliter. So at that time we have to use another formula. So second method, if an acid is simply diluted, not any specific one, so here the final pH is equals initial pH of that acid and log of V2 by V1. Here what is the V2? V2 is the final value and V1 is initial value. Okay, here V2 is the final value, total addition of water tarvata vachina final value, we have to take it V2. So pH plus something means pH value increases, means on dilution pH value increases, its strength decreases. So similarly, the similar thing we can write for bases also. Next see the pH of bases. pH of bases on dilution. Again there is two cases are present. The first one is if a base is diluted by 10 power x times. Okay, if a base diluted by how many times? 10 power x times. So then the final pH of that base, its final pH is equal its initial pH. Okay, its initial pH minus x, because if you write the plus x, its pH value increases. So for bases case strength is directly proportional to pH value. So మనం వాటర్ యాడ్ చేస్తే డైల్యూట్ చేస్తే దాని స్ట్రెంత్ డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది, అంటే pH వాల్యూ కూడా డిక్రీజ్. ఫర్ బేసిస్ pH వాల్యూ డిక్రీజెస్, స్ట్రెంత్ డిక్రీజెస్. దట్స్ వై we written the symbol minus. Okay, minus x times. So for example, if you take if a base of pH equal to 9 is diluted by 100 times, so then what is the final pH? Means final pH means after dilution what is the pH? Final pH is initial pH minus 10 power x times. Here 100 means 10 x equal to, so this becomes take it as a pH equal 10. Next we take the pH equal to 9. 10 minus 2 is pH value becomes 8. Okay, means from 10 to pH value of base decrease from 10 to 8. pH value decreases from 10 to 8 means so its strength decreases. So for example, if its pH is equal to 9, or if your base of pH equal to 9, or you can take 8, already 8 is there, right, is diluted by 10 times, then what is its final pH? Final pH means the pH after dilution is pH 8. So 10 power 1 time under 10 power 1 minus it becomes 7. But pH equals 7 is not at all possible for base, because pH equals 7 indicates a neutral solution. We know that even dilution, very dilution, even infinity dilution, acid cannot be changed into base cannot be changed into acid, neutral also cannot be changed into acid or base. Means even on the dilution there is no change in the nature of the solutions. By dilution there is no change in the solutions. Acid base adjust maybe there is a difference, but on dilution there is no change in the nature. For pH equal to the formula which is మనకు 7 వచ్చిన, so we can't take it as a 7 తీసుకుంటే న్యూట్రల్ వస్తుంది కాబట్టి సో ఇలా వచ్చినప్పుడు we have to take is taken as 7.01, because 7.01 indicates the base solution. Okay, so this is the dilution of bases. Next, dilution of bases flow, the second type. If a base is simply diluted, if a base is diluted, so what is the final pH? The final pH is initial pH minus log V2 by V1. So it is this type of formula is applicable for 10 power x dilution or any other dilution. Okay, so here again, what is V2? After dilution, the value that is called final value V1, its initial value. Okay, this is the pH of acids and bases when they are diluted, but this normal dilution or 10 power x times dilution. Okay, next we see some other formulas. If two acids are mixed, so if two acids are mixed, then what will be the final pH? So if two acids are mixed having different pH values, okay, then how to calculate the final pH? So means pH of mixed solution. So if two acids are mixed, the final pH. So final pH, here important thing I want to say is if two acids are mixed, so both acids are having H proton concentration higher. So after mixing also we have to consider their proton concentration, nothing but H plus concentration. Means if two acids are mixed, we have to know what its concentration becomes at first. Some concentration of acid, first acid, and some concentration of second acid are there. If both are mixed, its volume will also change. If its volume is changed, their concentration will also be changed. Means if two acids are mixed, we have to know what is the concentration of H plus at first. Okay, then we can find the pH with the help of that H plus value. Means if two acids are mixed, we have to find that H plus of n. H plus nothing but their normality. The two acids are mixed, so finally we get the normality of that compound, means nothing but the concentration of H plus, that is N1V1 N2V2 by V1 plus V2. So on calculating this, we will get the H plus. This H plus is substituted in a normal pH formula. Okay, so again, if two bases are mixed, then also what is the nature of final solution? So it compulsory basic nature. Two bases are mixed చేసినట్టే మీ ఫైనల్ గా వచ్చే సొల్యూషన్ కూడా బేసిక్ నేచర్ ఉంటుంది. సో బేసిక్ నేచర్ ఉందంటే వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఫస్ట్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ OH మైనస్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ మిక్సింగ్. ఎందుకంటే మిక్స్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్గా వాల్యూమ్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది, దాని కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఆన్ మిక్సింగ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద OH minus? OH minus we have to calculate in terms of normality. Again N1 V1 N2 V2 by V1 plus V2. If 3 are taken, if 3 are mixed, we can write N3 V3. If 4 is given, we can write N4 V4 like that. Okay, so the important thing is, if an acid base is mixed, what is the different thing is, two acids is no problem, H plus calculate చేస్తాం, pH find out చేస్తాం. Two bases ఇస్తే OH minus find out చేస్తాం with help of this formula. So OH minus find out చేసిన తర్వాత POH చేస్తాం, POH with the help of minus law OH minus తో POH వస్తుంది. POH తో 40 minus చేస్తే we'll get the pH. But the problem comes if an acid is mixed with the base. Okay, that case is the important. If an acid and base are mixed, so here we can't say the final solution, the mixed solution is acidic or basic, because there is a two possibilities. If an acid base is mixed, the final solution may be acidic also, may be basic also. It depends on the strength of the acid and base. Okay, if base is the stronger one, the total solution will be basic. If acid will be the stronger one, total solution will be, final solution will be acidic. Means at first we have to compare the strength of the acids and bases which are mixed. Okay, so how we compare their strength means in terms of milli equivalents. So means here there is two cases are present. Okay, what is the first case is so if we have to compare normality of acid and volume of acid. Normality volume in milliliters is called milli equivalents of acid, milli equivalents of base form. First we have to calculate this separately, then compare the NaVa. If NaVa is greater than this, means milli equivalents of acid is greater than milli equivalents of base, then the final concentration will be H plus. Final solution means after mixing the formed solution, we are treating it as a final solution. The final solution is acidic. Then how to calculate that H plus? Then that H plus equal in terms of normality. So how much acid power is more? We have to find that only. Sorry. NaVa minus NbVb by Va plus Vb. Then we get the how much H plus concentration is remained after mixing. We have to calculate the pH by using this H plus. So what is the next case? If NaVa is less than NbVb, means milli equivalents of acid is less than milli equivalents of base, Means Mill equivalence of base is highest, the nature of final solution is basic. So final solution is a base. Our final solution is a basic in nature. So therefore, final we will get the OH minus. How much OH minus is extra in it? So that is calculated by MbVb minus NeVa by Va plus Vb. So here we get the OH minus concentration remained after acid base mixing. So by knowing the POH, we are able to know the POH. By calculating POH, we can calculate the pH. Okay. So these are the main formulas we have to use in the calculation. But pH is also having some other calculation, just like buffer solution, salt solutions. So after completion of the topics, we explain that pH formulas. Okay. So but the mixing of solutions is a very important calculations in pH. And one more thing, we have to calculate the pH with the help of H plus concentration, that must be normality. Okay.